Welcome to the Professor's Lab podcast, a show with a nerd, a clown, a duck, and a degenerate. Today we're going to be talking about my vacation in Miami, alright? And that's all there is to it. We're not going to waste any more time. Um, we're just going to get right into it. So here we are. Let's go to the screen here. Here's the first photo that I have on this folder here. This was at the Atlanta, Georgia airport. They have this hallway with these cool green leafy things, and I wanted to get a picture. So this isn't technically in Miami yet. This was, we're going to the plane that would take us to Miami, but in Atlanta, alright? So here we have my Scotland jacket here. I wanted to take it because I like it and stuff. Alright, moving on. Here is us entering the coast of Florida. And so I thought it looked really, really cool. It looks like a little bit swampy and moist, and there's just flooding everywhere because it's a hurricane state. And I was looking at all these buildings and stuff. There was like more to the left and to the right, but this is just what I happened to capture. It just all looked really, really cool and really, really different. Something I've never seen before. I don't know how to describe it. I don't even remember anything. So, yeah, I don't know. If you're flying from the southern coast into Florida, you see what I'm talking about. It's very interesting. I also saw Trump's golf course. It was really, really funny. I wish I took a photo of that. That was definitely the highlight of coming into Miami. Alright. So, next here, this is actually in the Miami airport, and they have this other hallway that's also pretty colourful, with the rainbow stained glass, and it lights up the room like that. Look at that, that's crazy. And outside, they have flags from, like, all over the world. This is either the Greek flag or the Israel flag, but then there was, like, another flag somewhere that happened to be Arabic of some sort, Muslim, and so I thought that was funny. So here we were on like one of the Mia trains, they call it, and you can just see the skyline. It's like the afternoon or something. And there's just so many buildings. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, this might be the biggest city I've ever been in. Like, London's pretty big, but like the amount of land that Miami actually takes up, it's pretty incredible, isn't it? But the sheer amount of buildings and the amount of like sections of the city, it's pretty diverse. And we'll get back to that in a sec. But yeah, all I gotta say right now is Miami is the most diverse and possibly biggest city I've ever been in. Miraculously. Like, I never would have expected it to be this big. Here's a video of us going to a grocery store. I think that was our destination. That was like the first thing we did. Yeah. So here we're looking at all of the food and products that we don't have where we live. And there's this Susie. I thought it was funny because it looks like Sussy. There's a lot of things we saw. And there were some things we purchased, like, I actually have something. We bought these, and I still have them. I never finished them. Drake's Devil Dogs. In Florida, they don't seem to have very many Little Debbie products. Where we live, we have a lot. And we don't even live anywhere near the state that Little Debbie was founded. And so that's kind of funny. Like, why is Drake so popular where they live, but not where we live? I don't understand. Anyway. Here's another skyline. All of that. On a freeway or something. Here we're getting into downtown. I think this is near the center of the city. I'm not sure. It looks familiar. I can't clear my throat. But here's a sports car. I think it's a... Yeah, it was a Porsche. It's pretty epic. Here's a back. I don't want to leak the license plate, but yeah, there was a Porsche. I can't... You hear my voice right now? It's all scratchy. I need to drink water. Here's a park in the city. And they were doing some construction to set up for like a concert, it seemed like. So that this thing was being built the entire week we were in the city. And so every single day we would pass by and we would see the progress and stuff. So there you go. Slowly but surely they were getting it together. I don't even know if they finished it even now as I'm recording this. Looks like it's a massive project. There's a statue. I don't know what those flags are. Ah, here we go. This is Biscayne Bay, I think. And so we went to a Bubba Gumps. Because I wanted to try some tropical shrimp. Because I've had shrimp on the west coast. It's pretty good. But I wanted to try east coast. Oh, we didn't go in it yet. This is us walking to it. There's some trees everywhere. Pretty swampy. Got this photo. So here's what I got. I got ribs instead of shrimp. I was too tempted. I kind of regret it because it was kind of mid. The fries were good. So my mum, she got these shrimp cakes and I tried some. It's fine. I wish I got fried shrimp. That's what I regret not getting. Here's our dessert. It's a cookie ice cream thing with whipped cream and what is these? Almonds? I don't know. And then there's a mint plant. Mints are everywhere in the south. Yeah, it was pretty good, innit? There's the old tree. This tree. Oh man, I didn't take a picture of the little thing here, but it talks about its history. So this was given to the US by India, I think, in like the 1800s, and it just kept growing and growing. They have to cut some parts of it back because it just keeps growing. It gets so big. And yeah, it's not that old, but it's old. It's an old tree. This is Bayside. Yeah, so this is like kind of a market kind of thing next to the water. And there was this dude with these like macaws, and you could pay to get pictures with them. And so there's this southern black lady getting pictures with the macaws, holding it like a baby. That's pretty funny. And there's the white one. So then we kept walking around. Here's a giant bar. It's the biggest bar I've ever seen. Then we're looking at the wigs, all that. It's pretty epic. Yeah, here's the bar. There's so much alcohol. And there's so many seats. It's so big. And it's outdoors. And there's TVs like... Gosh dang it. It's crazy. It's like the size of my house. Where was this? Oh, this was like right next to it. This is like some grassy area with some trees. Yeah. There you are. And then there was this market selling these lamps. They were pretty epic. Very cinematic. Yeah. We seen these at the gem show. And so I wanted to take a video. Oh, that's a horrible photo. It's blurry. What the frick? There's the wheel. Kind of like London, innit? And so you can see a large chunk of Miami. There's some buildings that kind of cover your view. But, you know, we went on it on Thursday, I think. Here's some boats and yachts. Some more. It's pretty. So it's GTA 6, but in real life, he's from behind. And so we passed by this barista restaurant. They had like bongs and stuff for some reason on each table. And so here's some of the baristas. There's another one right there. So they had these outfits, and some of them, like, their booty cheeks were flopping out from under. And, you know, the reason why I bring it up is because a couple days later, we came back, we walked by the same restaurant again, and they were wearing a completely different outfit. All of them had, like, a different theme every single day, it seems. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess that's a fun gimmick. It's pretty epic. I mean, I guess it makes up for them being baristas, like it's Hooters or something. But are these baristas? Is that what they're called? They're waitresses. I don't know what to call them. Alright, here's a video. Yeah, that's about it. It's just peaceful. Alright, here are the macaws again. Kind of biting each other. They're being quirky goofballs. And so... Oh, frick, we didn't get to it yet, I guess. I don't know what this is. It's just a hole. It's like a mole. It's an outdoor mole right next to the bay. Here we are. Here's what I was getting to. So I took pictures with the macaws. Pretty epic. So yeah, he puts them on your head, your shoulders. You get to hold the blue one like a baby. And then, you can do some cool party tricks. All right, you can make the thing hook onto your thumb with its beak, and it just hangs there. It's pretty cool. And then he can bite your nose, and that thing like its head pushed up to my eyeball, so I was worried I would get like AIDS or something. But no, I'm fine. What is this? I don't know. More buildings. I have a lot of videos and pictures of the buildings because I'm just fascinated by them because I don't really see buildings very often. Oh, I actually got video of it. So here's a like an ancient building from like a century ago, I think. It's really old. I don't know much about it, but they were doing renovations and stuff. This is Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah. Here's some architecture. It's pretty weird. It looks like something. I don't know what to compare it to. It looks organic. Is there a video game that kind of has something like this? I don't know. Cruelty Squad. I don't know. Here's some sculptures. All of that. And lights. I don't know. Picture. Ah, yes. Here's our view from outside. Well, yeah, from inside our hotel on the balcony. It's pretty epic. And this is a building that was in the GTA 6 trailer. They had a shot from like up in the sky here and they were like moving towards it. So this is a series of like islands and stuff and homes and buildings, apartments, tennis court. So here's one island and then there's a bridge. You go to the other island, another bridge. It's pretty cool. And so we unfortunately did not have time to drive on this bridge and go look at it and get a closer look because I wanted to see it from a closer view. It's because it was in the GTA trailer. But we did go on this bridge over here several times and we passed by it, so whatever. Here's a panorama. It's not that good. Like literally it's only interesting from the right side. From the left, it's just desolate. There's just whatever. Here's the hotel. It's nothing special. All of that. So out front, the reason why I took this photo is because out front, when we were checking into the hotel, there was this like black guy that was arguing with the receptionist and saying like, I brought my family here and the least you can do after all of our troubles is give us free cookies because they taste really good. And the receptionist is like, no, don't be a jerk, man. Don't be a jerk. You feel me? What's funny about the receptionist is that it was a dude. It looked like a dude. But he sounded like a woman. I don't know why. Like his voice is just like super duper feminine. But he looked like a dude. He moved like a dude. It was like I had to like double take because I'm hearing like this feminine voice. I look over, it's a dude. I'm like, oh. And he just keeps talking and oh man. The whole interaction, it was like a GTA like interaction in the game, you know, like just people being crazy. And like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can tell the whole reason why I was in Miami in the first place is just because of the GTA 6 trailer. I want to visit Miami for myself before I play GTA 6 when it comes out next year. And like, I get the experience. Because I've been to LA several times. And so I played GTA 5 when I was like 14. And so I didn't recognize very many sites. But whatever. Like, at least I know what it's like in real life. I did not go to New York City, though, and I did play GTA 4. I have watched a lot of action movies, so I guess that's all I needed. So, whatever. Anyway. Here's the morning. This is the sunrise. It's pretty peaceful. Here's my hair. I can't stop looking at my hair. I was just playing with it all day that night. Or that morning, that day, that afternoon, all that. Pretty much, this was a Tuesday, rather. And me mum, the whole reason why she was in Miami, unlike me, it was for work. And so I asked her, what if I went with you because it's spring break? And she's like, oh, okay, I'll buy you a ticket. And so I'm here just for a vacation. She's here for work. She has like an important tech meeting. And so on Tuesday, she had to leave me in the hotel for the whole day. Um, because, you know, it's not like bring your kid to work day. I'm not a certified tech professional. I can't go with her. So yeah, I was stuck in this hotel the whole day. And so we brought her laptop. This is me explaining what's going on. This will be in the Miami vlog on here on the second channel. I don't know when I'll upload it. It just depends on how long it takes to make it. Look at my beard. It's so curly. So this is me doing sit-ups. I've never recorded myself doing sit-ups, so I kind of want... Oh, look at my hairy belly. I kind of wanted to record a video and look it over, and see if my form is correct or if it looks awkward. It looks very awkward, and I know for a fact I'm not doing it correctly because I can't bend forward very far. Like, that's kind of the best I can do. Well, that's when I'm out of energy. Hold on. What is the best I can do? I kept on slipping on the tile. Look at that belly. Oh, this is me doing ins and outs. Or the V. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But you have to, like, lift your feet up. It's very tiring. It's, like, the worst of it. So there you go. Yeah, that's the best I can do. But yeah, the more I do it, the easier it will get. So eventually I should be able to do it properly. And maybe I don't have to do it with my arms. Because, like, I have to use my arms to, like, pull my weight up. Eventually I can just put my arms behind my head and I can just do it with my head. So, we're getting there. It's a process. Here's this towel that we got, from the other night. It looks like GTA, text, so I wanted to buy it. Literally everything about this vacation is just going to be about GTA, so prepare yourself, okay? Um, Yeah, so we needed a towel to take to the beach because we were gonna go to the beach at some point, and we did. We'll get to that. I think it was on like Wednesday or something, so it was like the next day. Um, yeah, so this is like towards noon. Sun was out, clouds everywhere. The roads were empty. Like there were some people walking and jogging. That's about it. Like there wasn't much traffic. I literally, if I wanted to, I could have left the hotel, walk around, walk onto the bridge, and then just like go sightseeing over here. But I didn't because I was not awake enough. Um, what is this? What was I talking about? I don't know. I was just talking about stuff I was seeing out there, I guess. Oh, I was talking about how I realized that this was in the GTA 6 trailer. It's an iconic building. It's like shaped like a staircase, and so it's very recognizable. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so here's the laptop that I had me mum bring so I can work on my interviews and stuff on Premiere Pro. Here's my old mouse. Um, so yeah, I got a lot of progress done on the interviews that day. I tell you what, the water was looking so green because it was getting lit up. Anything else? There are some cool things that I saw at some point that I took a video of. Here's a schmelfie. Look at this dude. You can see the dandruff in my eyes. Look at the wispy hairs. Look, my beard is uneven because this side sucks. It grows my hair like super duper short. This side, it grows it a lot longer. I don't know why. It's like I have like the equivalence of an estrogen like imbalance, but instead of estrogen, it's testosterone. And so yeah, this side is longer than this side. And so I have to comb it in a certain way in order for it to not be as noticeable. It just had a mind of its own that day. I could not control it. And also it keeps getting longer. This part stopped growing, obviously, and this part keeps growing. And so the longer it would get, the more uncontrollable it would be. Now it's slightly longer now cuz it's been like a week. And so it's a little bit more tameable for some reason, but at this point no, I could not do anything. My hair still as poofy as ever. I don't know what was going on. It was just it was just looking very swag. top notch all day. Here's the drawbridge. So that bridge that goes to the islands here, that's a drawbridge right there. And so I saw it opened up for this boat and this boat here. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa, dude. Okay. What is this? Oh, police boat. Here's the police. You can see the lights on top. Like, I knew police had boats so they can catch criminals on the water. I think they have that in GTA 5. But, like, me seeing it, it was so weird. And then there's, like, this pelican that was fishing for fish. I think I got a video of it, too. Oh, there it is. And it dives into the water. You gotta wait for it, though. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's thinking about it. Thinking about it. Oh, there it goes. Yay. That was pretty epic. What is this? I think this is me reminiscing on my decision to stay in the hotel. I'm like, what? So, whenever I would do that. Look at my ear. So, as I'm editing these interviews, I would get bored, and so I would take a break and just like sit on the balcony and watch life go by. I'd see these like people. You know what? I think I better explain it in this video, so let me just like unmute it and you can just listen. You know, it might be a wee bit strange, but I'm genuinely so intrigued about what goes on out there beyond the water. Okay, I go onto the balcony and I watch everyone. Okay, I watch. I don't want to be. There's a lot of people out there. I don't want to be recording them, but I look out there and I watch. I watch. Okay, and I look at what life's like in Miami by the water. Okay, I look at the birds. I look at the people and what they're doing. Alright, I'm not taking pictures of them. We don't do that. Okay? I'm just watching them. Okay? And I don't know, it's just like a completely different vibe from where I'm from and even from California, you know? Because I've been there like more than several times, okay? It's just, Florida is just a completely different place, okay? Like, I can go so much into depth with what I mean exactly, but overall, like, I don't know, like even just having the opportunity to sit out of the hotel and watch everything out there, okay, just see how life is, just static, nothing going on, people walking by. It's like it's only an experience you can get by paying for the plane ticket and paying for the hotel and just sitting up here all day. All right. So yeah, I guess that's it. Do you see what I'm saying? So I guess. Okay. First, let me explain this. So this is a freeze frame. There's like a button on the phone camera for the Android, and I thought it was a button to like flip the camera around and from going from the front facing camera to the like back, whatever it's called. I took a picture of myself. And so this is like a selfie that it took because I didn't realize what it was. Yeah, so the reason why the video is so close up like this the whole time and you can see my pores is because when you're filming a selfie video in this horizontal format, it crops it like nothing else, okay? Like the phone camera, let's say it's like field of view is like a square, okay? Just a normal square. Typically people when they take photos and videos vertically, it cuts a vertical rectangle. Okay? And so you're seeing this middle part of the big square. When you're filming horizontally, it just flips it. Boom. And so now you're seeing this horizontal rectangle from this big square. And so what you could be seeing is this and so much more, I guess. But instead, it's cut like it's a cinematic movie, and there's like giant black bars, and so you're seeing what's explicitly in the middle, you know? That's my oversimplification, but
You
let's.
know, it might be
Oh my gosh, shut the.
a wee bit strange.
Um, hello? Can I. There it is. Okay. Okay. So I want to pause right this frame. So pretty much, like I said, I was watching people out here and just enjoying life, being Floridians, Miamians, all that stuff. And not very many people walked by. It was pretty desolate because, the city sleeps in the morning. Okay. Like it's all lively at nighttime and people are actually out partying, all that stuff. It's party city. So as I see people walk by and they're just chilling, doing their thing, being with their friends, um, like I said, it's just a completely different experience. They have like a completely different demeanor. They seem happier than like most of the people I see on the street anywhere. Like this is like I thought people in San Francisco seemed pretty happy for the most part. But in Miami, this is like the epicenter of all happiness in the United States. Like of course this is Sin City 2.0, but practically, but like still, like there's so much temporary happiness in this city. You just like totally forget who you are for a night. Um I still don't know if I can put it in words like what exactly I mean when I'm looking out here. And so, yeah, like I said in the video, it's really only an experience and like only a thing you can understand if you pay for the plane ticket and pay for the hotel and sit out here on the balcony and just watch life go by, you know? Um and like the vibe that I get, if you couldn't tell, it's very positive. Like people like people seem like that they're just enjoying life. Like this is just the perfect place to live in. Despite there being hurricanes and like humidity. All right, moving on. So this is me talking about the interviews, I guess, and I'm super duper bored. I was getting so bored. I worked on those interviews for like 7 hours, and I didn't get to the point where I wanted to in terms of progress, but like I got some pretty good progress regardless. I kind of I did a lot more work than I thought I needed to. 7 hours, man, that is just a relief. Like that's like a whole, maybe not a whole week's progress, but 7 hours of work in one day, the entire day, instead of like 2 hours every single day, just to get that progress. That's that's pretty good. Like I felt satisfied. Like I felt like I can actually have a week-long vacation and not be behind on progress. Because now, just last night, I was working on the same exact interviews. I was doing more like polishing and stuff, adding images, edits, animations, and I'm like very close to being done. Because of all that progress I got in Miami in that hotel that day, I there was so much less work for me to do at home after the vacation was over. So it's kind of in the polishing stage now. I have a lot of extra time, so I'm gonna like watch them over, see if there's anything else I can add. But of course, some of them, I don't think they're gonna do well in terms of views, and so I'm gonna take my chances and just not put that much effort into them. And so like if it blows up regardless, and people are like, "Wow, this is really good," that's fine. But typically, I want to put a lot of effort in content that I know is gonna get views. Some of them, I'm positive they're not gonna get very much attention, like 100 likes if I'm lucky, on Instagram. So some of them I will slack off, but others that I positive will get a lot more attention than others, I want to like polish them and make it like a fearless video, the Fortnite YouTuber. All right, what is this? Uh, play thing. Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, so we're sitting in traffic. Hello, there you go. Sitting in traffic, looking at stuff. some more videos here. I'm just looking at all the graffiti and wall art, street art, whatever. Looking at the buildings. So this is after my mom got back from her work meeting. And so she's like, "You want to go somewhere?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so we went to Chick-fil-A. So this is us driving to Chick-fil-A. And I'm just recording the city. And then we parked on the, well, not parked, but we're stuck on the train tracks on a red light. And so we're just paranoid that a train's going to come around or something. We were fine though. We started moving. There you go. It was funny. Can't wait to put that in the vlog. That was okay. So here's the train, I guess. It's a lot like San Francisco. Like I can probably talk about it more later as well, but like Miami, it just feels like what California tries to be but fails, you know? Like Ron DeSantis, he knows what's up when it comes to like American paradises, you know? So here's us at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Look at that. And I posted on my IG story about this, but I'll say it again. This Chick-fil-A had the most white people I've ever seen in one place in the entire city. And this is on Tuesday. That goes, yeah, I'd say that goes for the rest of the week. Literally anywhere we went, there were not as many white people as there were here in this Chick-fil-A. And in terms of like population ratio, you know, like racial, like 60-70% of the people in this restaurant were white. Everyone else was like black and stuff. Like the employees, they were black, I guess, because they live here. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is just a hot spot for white people. Like a lot of people, like a lot of black people eat at Chick-fil-A because black people fried chicken, you know, but like it's just white people fried chicken. It's my favorite fast food restaurant because I'm white. I also love chicken though. This is a port for like yachts and stuff and cruises. This is Norwegian, yeah. Norwegian Cruise Lines. It's like a really popular cruise thing. They didn't have any yachts or cruise ships at the moment for some reason, but we came back here like the next day or something and we saw a bunch of cruise ships just parked. And this is like an industrial kind of part. It seemed like there's like cranes and stuff and construction. There's some bigger boats, like rich people boats, pseudo yachts. I think one of those were an actual yacht, but you know. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, Miami is a hot spot for cruises and yachts and rich people boats. So here we're in Party Town. This is like the most lively part of the city we've seen that day or that, I don't know. It's up there. In terms of liveliness, this is up there. Okay, I don't know what this place was. My mom thought it was Little Havana for a second. No, it wasn't. But there's just people everywhere. People in like dresses out getting ready to party. And we didn't see any crime. There's like, it's clean. People are behaving themselves. Here's a Jewish museum. It's pretty epic. Yeah. Like, that's something I quickly noticed about Miami. When you go to California, it's so different. Oh, there's a gringo. Um, there's so much crime in California, and you can tell. You can tell, like, there's feces everywhere, urine, trash, graffiti, needles on the ground. In Miami, there's absolutely none of that. Like, the homeless people that are there, like, they're at least hustling. They're not just there setting up camp, like, they're actually walking around and begging for money, you know? California, they're just, like, they're committed to the, like, life of living on the streets. It's actually sad, bro. And a lot of them in California specifically, like, they're actually just crackheads. They're crackheads that lost their humanity and they can't work, and so they got kicked out of their apartment. Now they live on the streets, and they're just walking around like absolute retards, just like they don't even beg for food or money. Like if they find someone that offers them a heroin needle or a crack pipe, they'll probably take it, because that's probably all they think about. Because then when they don't have drugs, they stand up, they walk around the city, they look around, as if they're like a 3-year-old seeing a city in the like for the first time, you know. Florida has none of that. Or Miami has none of that. All of the homeless people, they behave themselves. They're not a bunch of crackheads. At least not the ones I've seen. Here's a tattoo parlor. My mom thinks that they have a TV show that they do here. I'm not sure, but I took a picture of it anyway. It might be famous. We'll see. Yeah, so they had like these lights around all these trees and stuff. Here's some more shops. Like, they're not covered in bars. Like, they're not. There's a cop car. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a cop car, whatever. Actually, no. There were a bunch of cop cars out that night because they're patrolling the streets in search of, like, spring break kids. 'Cause, like, last year there was, like, chaos. There was, like, a shooting that happened, I think. Or no, that was this year. I don't know. Whatever. Last year, all of the spring break kids coming to Miami, they were causing chaos. And so, like, the people of the police force, they're like, don't come here for spring break, go somewhere else. And so they're out patrolling the streets to make sure that there's no chaos this year. What is this? This is like an art museum, I think. The Juice. But yeah, you can see from this video, like, Miami, this part of town at least, this is just, like, it looks like a place you would want to walk around at night and just, like, go sightseeing, you know? Here's, golf cart, a party golf cart, and he's playing, like, loud music. You can probably hear it. Hold on. It's so swag. It's got a little disco ball and disco decal on the back. I don't understand. No, it was, like, a quiet part of the song, I guess. But after we drove off, like, as soon as I ended the video, there's, like, a loud rap song he started playing. I don't even remember what it was. That's nothing. Yeah, so here's us on a freeway again. I think this was us going back to the hotel. We're like, oh yeah, we're satisfied. Let's go home now. I got a video of this same, like, bridge, but in the, like, afternoon. And so I can, like, I'll play it later. I'll show you the difference of how Miami looks magnificent at night and in the daytime. It's actually crazy. Not very many cities can do that. Okay, so there's like this mini mall at the bottom of the hotel. And it has like a bunch of stuff you can look at and buy. These are like marble, pearl, diamond purses or whatever. 20% off. Here are these shoes. One of my Puerto Rican friends got horny over this when I posted it on my story. I was like, oh, they're laced. I'm tweaking. These laces are huge. It's kind of funny. He was wondering where this was. I told him where it was. And he was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure if these were for sale. They were just showing them off. Here's a fountain by the water. This was like below where I was taking pictures and videos in the hotel. Like the room was literally just up there from where I was standing. Then there is this sign cautioning you to watch for manatees. These bloody sea cows. Yeah, here's the outside of the mall. Oh, there's tiny fish in the water. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a nice shot. And so then if you go further to the right, there's this, like, young people restaurant. It looked pretty cool. I wish we could have eaten at it. It was probably super expensive, but yeah, so outside there's the water here, and then there's this dock, kind of, and you just walk. And then there's the park if you go further down there towards this building. And so that's where we walk, taking these nighttime photos. There's this weird plant. I don't even know what that is. I started to find like these coconuts and stuff, and like there's like art everywhere. And it's not like this liberal art. Some of it is pretty conservative. Like that's literally a the Hanukkah Jewish candle thing. I forgot what the Nimona, the Netflix animated movie. Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, so there's the art, coconuts, grass. My mom was obsessed with taking pictures of that thing. I don't know why. It's pretty desolate as well. Like there's some people walking by, but like there's my picture. So yeah, there's like I don't know what these designs are, but they represent something. The other ones that we passed by, they were a lot more clear, like what they were representing. Here's a video. This one is highly appreciated on my Instagram. I put the coconuts up to my honkers, and I'm like a hula dancer. Like they were literally, I found the coconut like that. Like someone purposely split it so it looked like a bra or something. I took a picture of this because these palm trees, they look skinny and weak as frick. Like it's literally bending because of all the hurricanes and wind that it has to face every year. While on the west coast, the palm trees are a lot thicker and stronger and they don't fall over like this. What a shame. Here's this other art piece. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Some cool pictures I got. Here's a selfie that cannot show up clear because it's dark. My phone takes horrible nighttime photos as opposed to my mom's. This water is ray traced. It looked like cyberpunk. So yeah, I'm just talking about how peaceful the park is. Like literally, Miami is just like the best vibes. And I felt safe. Okay, we would be like walking past like these black guys. Every once in a while, there'd just be some bros walking together, talking about stuff. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna get mugged. Oh, the black people. But they walk by, they don't even engage with us. I'm like, what? What? You're telling me we're walking alone at night in a park and we're not getting mugged by minorities? What? Get. So this Papa John's. You can take Bitcoin. It's funny. Or this, no, it was the vape shop. Vape smoke shop. They take Bitcoin. Yeah. It's funny. Oh, dang it. Why is it vertical? What is this? What am I recording? I don't know. This is the next day, obviously. So we got McDonald's breakfast. And it's like a manga. I don't know. I don't really care. Let's not focus on that. Where were we going? I think we were going to our kayaking thing. Here are the gas prices. They're really high. Oh, I saw a squirrel. Oh, frick. Oh, there it is. Right there. It's so dark. You have to look really close. You can see him moving. I like squirrels. I don't see them very often. Here's an iguana. Look at that thing. Wow. They're so pretty. So green. And then there's a bigger one.
Look at the big air lobster. It's a whole air lobster. Oh, there's another one. They're everywhere. Look at the lizard.
There's a tiny lizard. These things were everywhere.
Is that an iguana? No.
The iguanas, they stay around water very consistently.
They're very
they just live
skittish.
next to water. It's pretty
That's
interesting.
crazy.
And they're so superstitious of me. Like, he just kept staring at me like, oh, he's gonna try something. Which is very accurate to Red Dead 2. When you hunt iguanas in Red Dead 2, they're so skittish. It's just insane. So I got this one. I think this was the one on the ground here. So I walk back to the car. I look over, he's on the fence with these flowers, and I'm like, whoa, he's posing for me. And then the other one comes around here. So they're together on the flowers. And I couldn't get a good photo. Like, my camera was not doing anything. My phone, this is kind of the best I can do. Hey, look at the tail. It's so long. I don't understand why your tail needs to be that long.
G-screen.
There were a lot more iguanas there, I'm sure. There's like another iguana I could see from across on the other side of this river. It was pretty cool. Like, just a whole family or whatever. This is at a gas station or pharmacy or whatever. TV was glitchy.
Screen.
It looked like FNAF. Here's a English pub. Churchill. That's funny.
The license plate, I think it wasn't from here.
It was Florida.
Florida. Train track. Why am I recording this? I don't know. Oh, what was that? What was that? There were the egrets. Egrets on the ground. Look at that. Like, I couldn't figure out what birds they were. Eventually I figured out they're egrets. Now this looks like Red Dead. This looks like it's in the south. It's so swampy looking, like you got the things hanging off the trees. Oh, look at that. I love it. This is like a rich neighborhood. This is where you want to live. Trees everywhere, squirrels getting in your trash, raccoons everywhere, iguanas possibly. Alligators even. Like every once in a while they'll catch an alligator probably walking in these streets, I imagine. But it's just not the right time of year. We never saw any. We saw one wild alligator. We'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, this is just... Yeah, so now we're pulling up to the park where the kayaks were. And so there's this dock you can walk on. It looked like Mario. You can look out. And we saw another pelican flying around. There's a plane in the sky. Here's the pelican. I got this cool shot of it. It flew right over us. The camera couldn't focus. There it is. Look at that thing. Okay. So I started chasing like these, I don't think they were iguanas, but they're like giant green lizards. It's very strange. I couldn't get a clear video of them. They were like hiding and I couldn't find them after that. So you can't really see them very clearly at any point. But yeah, that was a pretty cool tree. So then, I think this is a camera photo. Yeah, so I found this little guy. I chased him around the parking lot, and he was going in the trees and stuff. And he went into this wooden post, and I was just taking pictures of him. Here's a video I got.
I've made a friend here.
I've made a friend
We're
here.
playing cat and mouse all afternoon. Well, nah, more like in the last 5 minutes we've been just playing cat and mouse. I'm so close to him. Look, he's my buddy.
He's my buddy.
He's my best friend.
My best friend.
He's like a scorpion. His tail is so curly. And there he goes again. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Look, he literally is just a scorpion.
Like you can really tell I love lizards. Not as much as cats or birds. My favorite species of animal, cat, big cats, all of that stuff. And then birds. If you couldn't tell, I really like birds, okay? And then I guess reptiles. So alligators, lizards. Amphibian frogs, I'll make an exception. Sometimes we get toads in our yard.
One right there, then
So then I started chasing them up into
wanna
the
catch
tree. There were
one.
2 of them. Like, I couldn't take good photos of them on the trees because they're brown and the
Well,
trees are brown. So, like, from a photography perspective, it
Alright.
is
I see how it is.
insufferable.
This one is very wise.
You need to, like,
skittish.
You need to, like, Photoshop their scales
Right then.
in order for
So
it to
now-
just fit, you know? And so I kind of just gave up. So here's me explaining what's going on.
It's time to go kayaking.
We're
or
going kayaking.
waterboating or something. We're gonna be like paddling on a boat on the water. Right. Back there. In the ocean. Right then. I mean, yeah, that's all there is to it, really. I won't be able to record it because there's going to be water everywhere. So I'm going to
Yeah,
have
so
to
my
leave
mom
phone,
got
my
some
wallet, my
photos
camera
of
in the car.
The
So we're going to
kayaking.
do that now. We're going to start soon. Goodbye.
Here's a selfie I took after the fact. My hair was just blown by the wind the whole time. And so it just ended up looking like that. So here's us driving off. Here's my mom's photos. So this is at the Bubba Gump. There's me pondering upon the dessert. She has a Samsung Note 22 Plus, and so her photos are a lot better than mine. There's me in the car looking at my photos while taking pictures of the iguanas. This is with a phone camera. Look at that. It's so cinematic. I want her phone so bad. And then here's while we were kayaking. I found this coconut. It's kind of old. I'm so schmexy. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I guess I'm looking at the seashells in here. Yeah, so we went kayaking and we visited some islands, small islands with birds living in them. I'm mewing. Look at that. Yeah, I was an absolute unit. I was paddling so hard, and I made the boat go really, really fast. And my mom, she was putting in minimal effort, because I don't know why. She just wasn't cooperating. I found some snails on this one. This thing has a barnacle on it. These snails were so swag. And they were just slithering around on my hand. They just did not care. And then we found this sea slug. Actually, hold on. Florida man-o'-war. It was either a sea slug or one of these. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. No, I was, hang on, green. No. Okay, hold on. Maybe it was a sea slug. We asked the dudes, the tour guides, and they were like, yeah, it's a sea slug. I mean, that kind of looks like that, right? Look, that's the same thing as that, right? Or that. Why, it has spots on it though. It's like a leopard. Maybe it's a leopard slug? Oh, did my brother respond? Oh, he did. Oh, I was texting my brother about something. Or that. That. It doesn't look exact, though. Maybe leopard? Is that how you spell leopard? I don't know. Whatever. Kind of looks similar. But yeah, there it is. A jiggly little thing. We found it washed up on the shore. Trying to get it back in the water. The tour guide said, nah, he's a goner. Don't even bother. And so we just accepted that it's just gonna die. It's too stupid to stay in the water. Okay. Right. All right. Anyway, so here's a red leaf. I don't know why it's so red. I've never seen a leaf like this before. And again, such a cinematic photo. I'm focused, but the leaf isn't, even though the leaf is the center of attention. My gosh dang it. Why do I even try when my mom's phone is just infinitely better? This is spoilers. We'll get back to that. Alright. So here's us driving again after we got done kayaking. There's another egret, I think. It looked a little bit different, though. Its beak is not as long. Maybe it was a swan, a baby swan, or a duck. I don't know. There's so many weird birds in Florida. Alright. More city, moving into a different part of town. I don't even know where this was. It's like the outskirts, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember much. Oh no, this is where we were trying to find Trump Towers. The Miami Trump Towers. Oh, there it is. See? Trump Tower 1, and then there's Trump Tower 2, Trump Tower 3. And then there's like a Trump resort nearby. It was so funny. Like, why? Why here? That's a skate park. So we're trying to find a beach. And I looked on Google Maps. There's like all kinds of beaches. Oh, also, all of these birds at this time of day, specifically at this time of day, they just all like flocked around the tops of the buildings because they were so high up. But yeah, there's like all of these expensive billionaire hoity-toity hotels. Like, what the frick? They look more fancy than the rich people stuff in like England. It was so strange. Like, this is like high life. But it was like public. You can just walk in front of it. It wasn't like gated or anything. Okay, here we are at the beach. Yeah, this was on my phone. I wanted my mom to record me walking into the water and see if I can use it for like a montage or intro for the vlog. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Okay, yeah, before we get to that, back to the mom photos. So here's us at the beach. I'm looking very swag as usual. I'm digging a hole. The water has very small waves, so I was getting very bored. And so I went back to where she was and I started digging a hole. So look at my hair. Oh my gosh, it's so swag. Like, yes, in case if you didn't notice, I did get a haircut, but I accidentally cut it way too short. And so it's going to be a little bit shorter for a while. And so I look like a normal person, and I will for a little bit. Yeah, so I'm smoothing it out. Look at my hairy arms, and you can see my farmer tan. It's like my forearm is totally tan, and then my upper arm is just like white, pasty, Irish. Yeah. I'm looking so swag as usual.
I will make an attempt to put it back.
And then here's the Man-O-War. The first thing I looked up. This thing washed up on the beach. Same thing with the slug. And so this is like a tiny one. It was missing its really, really long tentacles. It only had its small ones. And so I didn't want to touch it. And good thing I didn't, because those things can sting you. Like, it's basically like a jellyfish, but just it's more strange, you know? Like, look at that thing. It's erect. Like, gosh dang it. Like, it was the weirdest thing we have ever seen. It's like an alien. And we had to look it up, like what it was. Because it was not a sea slug. And I tried to revive it, but it was not savable. It died, I think. I had to leave it in the sand because I put it in the water and it just kept washing up. Here's more spoilers. This was the next day, so we're gonna get back to that. So here, feast your eyes and ears. All right, boys. So we keep on seeing like this restaurant. It's fast food. Pollo Tropical. Okay, and so we're like, oh, it must be really popular because they're everywhere. Okay, and so we went to it out of curiosity. We got this chicken and corn.
See if they have a restaurant.
Yes. And then we got this steak. It's a sad little steak. It's so small. I ate a little bit of it, but only a little. Look, it's so small. There's bread right there. Caesar salad. Coconut shrimp. That's crazy. There's more salad and then fries. It tastes good so far, but there's barely any of it.
That's it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And then barely any shrimp. Like,
Goodness.
Well, I did know there was only like 3 pieces.
And then,
of shrimp.
what is this down here? Balls?
Oh, they're cheese balls.
Cheese balls. 5 of them.
Okay.
Wow, good thing we ordered a lot of stuff.
I thought you fries.
Yeah, my fries. Look at
Oh,
that.
look at this salad actually has dressing on it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it tastes good so far, but it's just underwhelming. So, they got most of our orders wrong, for the most part, anyway. But, so the chicken, I asked for dark meat. They gave the white meat, and the reason why this part is dark, I don't know why. So, I mean, maybe I got what I asked for, I'm not sure. But, I'm so confused on what part of the chicken this is, okay? And so we've been brainstorming. And so what it looks like, now that I've eaten most of the meat, there's this bone. I don't know what this bone is, but then it's attached to what appears to be the spine. That is absolutely a spine. That's very gnarly. So I ate a chicken spine for the first time. That's crazy. And yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, it's not 5 stars. It's not 4 stars. Is 3 stars reasonable, or does it go down to 2.5?
I'd say 2.5.
2.5 stars, because the chicken, the drum chicken that I ate before, it was cold. It wasn't even room temperature. One of the salads didn't have dressing.
Corn is salty.
The corn is salty. They gave us regular Coke instead of Diet Coke.
Yeah. Didn't give me the sauce I asked for.
I mean, there's some things it's fine, like the fries, whatever, it's fine.
And the rolls are like from the grocery store.
Yeah, and then the coconut shrimp, that one was really good. Other than that, 2.5 stars. Okay, there was no line. Nobody was eating there. They were all loitering and on their phones,
Shopping.
shopping. Everyone else was eating elsewhere, and so we're like, oh, let's see what's good in the hood. There was nothing good in the hood. Like, go to this restaurant if it's the last one on earth. Okay. Like, it's not even like a Carl's Jr. type situation, because at least Carl's Jr. will probably get your order right. Maybe it was just this one place, but yeah, we were very suspicious that no one was eating there. And now we know, because
Okay, maybe going to Pollo Tropical as a last resort and the last thing of the earth. Maybe that's a little bit harsh, but like, gosh dang it. It's so popular. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the clip I just showed. Pollo Tropical is everywhere, but this one in particular, in this like, what is it called? It's just a congregation of like different shops and restaurants. Nobody was lined up there, and we see why, because it sucks. They're not getting your order right. People that are working there, they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, so this is a picture of my hand. So remember that Man-O-War, this thing? So, I forgot to mention this, but I was actually touching it with my hand at some point. Because you can touch the sea slug. It doesn't have tentacles that sting you. No. I thought the Man-O-War that we found was also a sea slug, because they both are stupid and they washed up on shore. So I thought they were the same thing, they're just different colors. The tentacles on the Man-O-War was very suspicious. Okay, you can see the tentacles. But I didn't think much of it. So I started touching it. I started like picking it. Oh my gosh, does that actually happen? There's so many. Yeah, I start picking it up and touching it, trying to get it back in the water without putting sand under it, just to avoid it. And then it stung me, and so I didn't expect that. It's just a quick sting. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. You can probably imagine how it felt. And I'm like, oh, frick. Oh, frick. I've been betrayed. I'm trying to save you. And so it stung me right here. You can kind of see it's a little bit red. But, oh man. So, when we got in the car, I looked up if sea slugs are venomous. And it started saying, Yes, they are venomous. They can probably kill a dog and be very unpleasant for humans. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. But my mom figured out that it was a man-o'-war, and so she looked up herself if man-o'-wars are venomous or whatever. And the first article she saw was the deadly Florida man-o'-war. She's like, deadly? Oh my gosh. I'm fine. I don't even have a scar. I don't know, the man-o'-war that we found, it was probably super weak and young. So if it had the, like, some people have been stung by them and they die, but very rarely, like maybe a few times. I am not one of those people. But the sea slug, however, if you get bitten or stung by a sea slug somehow, then it can like transfer a parasite, and it can cause like an abdominal disease, and that's wild. Single mother. Yeah. Okay. So next day. This was Thursday. Yeah. We went to Starbucks. I've never been to a Starbucks ever in my life, but there was nowhere else to go to. And my mom's like, "Oh, they don't just sell coffee." Because we're not allowed to drink coffee. It's hard to explain. It's not just coffee. They also have breakfast sandwiches and stuff. And I saw these Starbucks cake pops. And I'm like, oh my lordy, is that a Starbucks cake pop? And I took a picture of it. I've never seen a cake pop before. So we went to like a store before we went on this tour bus to the Everglades. And we got like a waterproof screen phone thing. And I took this photo to like test it out. It's so fuzzy. So here we are driving to the Everglades, west from Miami. Everglades Holiday Park. No commentary yet. It doesn't look super swampy yet. And it never really did look super swampy, even when we're on the water. There's an egret again. If that is an egret, I'm not even sure. I don't know anymore. There's a peacock for some reason. I've seen peacocks before. We have a zoo and they have peacocks. Just walk around. Just, like, you can go up to them and touch them if you want. You probably shouldn't because they'll attack you. But this thing, he was being all studious. There was like 2 more. That was just the main one that says hi to people. And then we went into the gator thing. And so we went to see a gator show of them handling the gators.
You'll see that his tan alone is about as big as I am. Alright, so this is a very large animal. He is over 10 feet long, weighs over 300
He has the TikTok accent.
pounds, and he is jacked out of his mind, so I like to call him Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Blackbird.
He is a very impressive alligator, but unfortunately...
Skip ahead. So he picks it up. Wow. Look at that thing. This guy. And so then he tries to open its mouth up, and he shows us how he does it. There's a bird. And so then he does some, like, tricks. He opens it up, he controls it. He rests it on his chin. No hands. That's crazy.
Alright, so that's if they can actually pull that off. One more trick to show you guys, but before I do it,
I don't know. I feel like Dream Stands would look at this video and they'd be like, oh my gosh, Schmexual Assault, you know? He's absolutely manhandling this thing. And it's vertical. Here's this other trick he does. He holds the jaw open with his chin. No hands. No. Look at that. No. And, wait for it. Oh, I can't. That thing would kill him. Because they're an alligator rescue. And so these are literally wild alligators that they make an attempt to domesticate. But they're not totally domesticated. They would kill you if you gave them the opportunity. And they will eat you. So then they have this like kind of walk pathway where you can, there's this baby alligator, there's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. There's tortoises. They look like desert tortoises, but I'm not sure. There's an albino alligator. That's crazy. That poopy looked like the legendary alligator in Red Dead. And then there's another albino. What was in there? I don't even know. Probably a snake. And then there's this thing. Like, we couldn't figure out what animal it was. We saw it in like a pamphlet for something. And then we see him here and we're like, what the frick is this? It's this fuzzy little bear raccoon, and this one's white.
He's chilling. Look at his little paws.
But look at you. I don't understand.
Like, maybe it's because I don't live in the South. I have no idea. It's not a raccoon. It's not a bear. It's not a badger. What the heck is it? It's like a wombat or something, you know? So here's, I was holding a snake, and then me mother was holding the alligator. Goodness. Okay, the thing is, me mum is afraid of snakes. She's afraid of them to death, okay? She would not go near one if it was on her life. And so I had to take one for the team. I really wanted to hold the alligator, though. But the snake is really cool, too. This snake is just so afraid of people. It, like, so, look at the albino. So, yeah. This chick right here with the camera, this snake, as it's wrapped around her, and she would, like, take it back, the snake would just coil up and, like, hide its face in her hair. Because it's just so anxious around people. So, yeah. Then we started loading up on the airboat so we can go to the Everglades. Or we were in the Everglades, so now we're just going on the water. And, yeah. This is it. This is the Everglades. This is the whole thing right here. This one video. This sums it up perfectly. There's just miles. There's birds you can see, though. Some of them are cooler than others. There's just miles of water, lily pads, and lakeweed. There's the wild alligator. And a boat was in the way, and there it is again. Look at that. And then that was it. We loop back around. It's hiding between the trees, and you just see its head. That was the one alligator we saw the whole time. And there's a bird right there. It's purple. And that was the Everglades. And so we go over to this place to eat. Or not eat, but we had some snacks. There's birds everywhere just stealing everyone's food. And then there's the peacock. It's walking to this electrical plant. And its boyfriend was just like begging him to come back. Look, it's walking into this thing. And it got lost and it was like crying for help. And so I walked up to its boy. And I was taking photos of it. They weren't very good. And so then the first peacock at the entrance, a black chick to the left, like, ticked it off really bad because it was getting so close to it, and so it poofed up its feathers. So I got a video of it with its defense mechanism. But yeah, there was like this group of black people. They sounded like they were from Atlanta or California or something. They were being a nuisance in front of the peacock. But yeah, I was observing the power plant, and I found it walking around the peacock. It was walking in there, and it didn't know what to do. It was just crying and stuff, bruh. And so then we got back from the Everglades and we saw this rooster chilling by a bush and in Biscayne Bay. I keep on saying it wrong. And then we got on a tour bus. But first, let's go to my mom's photos. So she got in the airboat. She got one of the ends of the airboats, and so she got better photos and videos of me. Here's this video of us going over the leaves, and you can see him pop back up. It's very cinematic, very peaceful, very kawaii. That's like the best video she took all week. It was crazy, bruh. That's later. We'll come back to that. Yeah, so we got on a tour bus, and so we wanted to get kind of like a history lesson of Miami and see what the haps is. Like, how did this whole city come to be? And so tour buses, they do a good job at presenting that. And so when we left Biscayne Bay, we got in this other part of town. It's very similar to LA in terms of culture. And what I mean by that is there's just schmecks everywhere. And young people culture. And people are in just bikinis. This is a very tame video. I didn't really capture much of it in this video here on purpose. There were so many chicks walking around with see-through dresses showing their bikini under it, or just straight up wearing their bikini on the street because there's like a beach nearby, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even sure. I didn't see a beach anywhere. Yeah. But like it, I don't know. There isn't really a part of town that's like this. Like, just people that are half naked just walking around like it's nothing, you know? That's just, I don't know how to describe it, you know? There's some trees. Speaking of schmecks, here's this naked statue lady. We got into other parts of the town. So, the thing is, with this bus, we were plugging in our headphones into the headphone jack. And it was not working. We could not hear sound. This was rush hour. It was like the worst time to be in a tour bus, and we got super unlucky. Eventually, we moved to the top of the bus because it was a double-decker. So here we are in the top, and we could finally hear the commentary. Like, what the frick? It wasn't working for, like, probably most of the people on the bottom. We had no idea what to do. Some more cops because the traffic lights weren't working, whatever. So there's this guy, crossing guard. You don't see crossing guards very often. It was a very unique experience because you can, like in cartoons and books, there's always like a quirky scene with a crossing guard, like with the whistle, directing the traffic. You don't see that very often in real life. And so this was like a unique experience. Here's a very cool Victorian-looking building. There's the coast again. The skyline. Water. This is where we were kayaking, so you can see all the islands. Yeah. And the tour continues. We saw more parts of the city. So, some of the commentary was kind of interesting. Most of it was just kind of boring because we've been on tour buses in like London and Scotland, Edinburgh, but like they were so much more interesting than the Miami tour commentary. Like Miami, like there's some cool history, but for the most part, it's whatever. Like, I don't know. Overall, United States cities, they, like, their beginnings, their humble beginnings, they're not as eventful as, like, the rest of the world. Because, like, we were stealing land from the bloody natives. We went to war with a lot of them. And we just took their land. That's basically the story. And so we just started, like, building farms and buildings around them. While in, like, every other part of the world, Like, there's legitimate lore that goes back centuries or thousands of years. And so, yeah, my point is the Miami lore, it's not that interesting. One fun fact I will share, it was one of the first or one of the only cities in the country that was founded by a woman. Like, obviously in the South, they used the land to build farms and plantations, while in the North, they just had all the city life and work, blue collar. Yeah, Miami, they were like trying to build, they're trying to like plant oranges and mangoes or whatever. And eventually they're just like, you know what, let's just build a city here. And so, yeah. Anyway, here's a gorilla on a balcony. It's like Juan the horse on the balcony. So I decided to name this guy Guillermo. It's funny. Here's his booty. Here's some liberal art. So we started passing by some relatively liberal parts. I don't know why this has rainbow on it and honkers. It looks pretty liberal, you know. Yeah, there was a lot of art in this area of town, and a lot of construction and a lot of empty parts. What was I recording? Is it the art? Yeah. There's just art everywhere. And then there's this part. This looked like The Walking Dead. There's overgrowth everywhere, and graffiti, and rundown cars from, like, the 19th century. So that's pretty epic. Look at that. Oh, here's pickleball court. It's pretty epic. The arches. Here's some Miami Broadway shows. Drop It Like It's Hot, Michael Jackson, Mamma Mia, Here I Go Again, Beetlejuice, Chicago, Cuba. Here's the building I talked about earlier, the really old building that they're renovating. Here's a Cuba flag. I don't know what that is. And here's some chickens and more roosters. We don't know why. Actually, we know why now, but we were so confused at the time. Hang on, let's run it back. Let me play the audio. Hello? Can you work?
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Chickens. And then we went and saw more stuff. Here's a river and a nice view of the neighborhood. Because I'm feeling good in the neighborhood. I think, so at this point we were entering Little Havana. Yeah, here it is. So this is where a lot of Cuban immigrants flocked to and made their own little Cuban community. And so there's all these like pretty epic buildings and houses here. They all look different. Unlike where we live, where we have cookie cutter houses that all look the same. And there's more chickens in the grass. Look at that. I'll explain why there's so many chickens later. Here's so yeah, there's like these Spanish restaurants and stuff. Here's a giant chicken statue and another one over here. El Pub Restaurante. Here's a cake bakery. Here's Cuban Melanie Martinez. And the reason why I say it's Melanie Martinez is because she was covered in like jungle growth, and so it reminded me of Portals. Here's the gas prices. Cuban people have the gas prices locked down. They know what's up. And here is a Mexican restaurant. I think it was a restaurant, yeah. This is the only Mexican thing I've seen in the entirety of Miami. There are not very many Mexicans in Miami. I looked up the statistics. So like 10% of Miami is white. And then I think like 30% is, or 25% is black. And then, wait, am I getting this right? I don't know. Maybe there's probably a lot more black. Maybe it's like 50% black and then 40% Hispanic. So then those Hispanic people, 60% of the Hispanic people in Miami are Cuban. So the vast majority of Hispanics are Cuban in Miami. And then 10% is like some random country from South America. And then 5% is like Venezuela. And then another 5% for Colombia. And then another 5% for Mexico. So relative to to like the rest of the population, like maybe less than 1%, around 1% of Miami is Mexican. So they're like totally a minority. Cubans dominate Miami and the blacks, and the whites were a minority. I have never felt more like a minority than I did in here. Because in Atlanta, in the airport, there are black people everywhere, all the employees, but at least they speak English. More than half of the Hispanic people that we pass by in Miami, they're speaking Spanish. No English. Like, of course, a lot of them are probably illegal immigrants because there's been mass immigration going on for the past few years, like more than we've ever had ever. A lot of them go to Florida. Apparently not all of them are Mexican. And so, yeah, a lot of these Hispanics, like, they moved into Miami recently, and so they don't know much English. So we would have conversations with some, like, Hispanic people, and they knew the bare minimum in order to serve us. Like, I've never been anywhere else in the world where there's so few people that know fluent English. Like, at least in Britain, all of the Irish and Scottish and Welsh people, they're all forgetting their native language because England has just dominated the island for a while. And so, like, most Irish people you could meet, they don't know that much Gaelic. So yeah, that's, like, anyone we talked to in Britain, they knew fluent English, no matter what. Until we came across, like, a Pakistani in London or whatever, you know? Anyway. So here is where Miami started. This is like the center of Miami when they first got annexed as a city. So this is where it all started. And people are just walking by, they don't even know. They're walking in a spot of pure Miami history. So here we're back in Bayside. Here's an Argentinian steakhouse. Here's the wheel. So we went to the Hard Rock Cafe. And they love women. And they also love Messi. Because Messi is the best football player in the world, I think. It's either Messi or Ronaldo. I'm pretty sure it's Messi. So yeah, it's just like a cool place. It's probably copyrighted music. They got like all of these relics and guitars and outfits on the walls and pictures. There's Michael Jackson's Thriller jacket. There were multiple that he used. That was one of the few. And so they got the shrine. And this is where we're eating. There's just so much stuff to look at. And they were playing like music videos on the TVs. And so I got this burger and fries, and my mom got chicken. And that's like a pizza bread thing. And she got other stuff. Here's one of DJ Khaled's jerseys. Tang jersey? What do they call it? I don't know. So he used this in like a concert. Oh, it doesn't even say what this was used in. Whatever, he owned this at some point. Then here's Michael Jackson's thing. This red and black leather jacket was acquired from the choreographer of Thriller. It was one of the few jackets made for the video and was signed by Michael Jackson on the front. There it is. Signature. So he has touched this. And I took a picture of this because there's a gang in Red Dead in New Austin called Del Lobo. And so I'm like, whoa, is this a Red Dead reference? But Los Lobos is different from Del Lobo. So here we are in the wheel. And we could see from high up. I'm trying to take pictures, but it's just horrible. I made my mom take picture. Still horrible. Still horrible. And so she took pictures of me on her phone, and they look slightly better. But whatever. So then, when we got down, we got a coconut, and we drank out of it. And it was decent, I guess. So yeah, this is a real coconut, and they put, like, fruit punch in it, or whatever. And there's a pineapple on the side. So, yeah, I drank out of a coconut. Cool. So I took it back to the hotel. This is like Friday morning when we had to leave. So here it is next to the first coconut I found on the islands. And then there's this other coconut I found on the islands that I haven't talked about yet. So I wanted to take all 3 of these home because we had a lot of room in our suitcases, but not enough. So we had to leave 2 of them behind. So I'm like, okay, throw this one away and then throw this one out. We'll keep the hairy one. And so we brought this hairy one home. I could go in the backyard and take it back out and show you on camera, but whatever. You get the idea. We took it home. It lives in our backyard. We gave it a name. So there's this. So Castaways. It's a movie from like the 20th century, we'll say. And so this dude, he's stranded on an island for a while. He has like a coconut, and he names it Wilson. He draws a face on it. So we named this coconut Wilson as tribute. So here's us driving to a park because we wanted to see manatees. And there's some more egrets. And there's a Muscovy duck. These ducks were originally bred to be like fattened up and eaten, but they escaped captivity, and so now they just live in the city. They're really ugly, and they look like turkeys because they have the jiggly stuff around their beak. And there's a hole, squirrel hole. There's an egret again. There's the duck. More egrets. There's just a bunch of them everywhere. So I would walk up to the duck, and it would just get so scared. It's just, it knows I'm going to eat it. I've eaten duck before. It tastes horrible. Yeah, we didn't see any manatees. They're supposed to, like, swim by on the river there. In the river, but we didn't see any. So here's where I took a picture of the gorilla. You can kind of see the back of it. Like, if anyone's ever wondering if you want to see the gorilla for yourself, look up Brown Jordan on Google Maps and you'll see. So then we went to the Frost Science, whatever it's called. And so they have, like, exhibits of, like, all this stuff. So here's, like, the ocean exhibit with all the sharks. The shark, it has teeth on its tongue. That's kind of wild. Look at that thing. It's soy facing. Then there's this thing. I don't know what that is. Front facing. Hey, Italiano. Hey, what's the matter with you? So then here's like physics, I guess. This is like more general. It kind of shows off everything that you'll see. So now we're moving further into the ocean thing. They have this aquarium that's like above you that sits. Jellyfish. That's crazy. Turtle shell and skull. It looked like TMNT. More. Oh, these are horsey. Seahorse. There's this fish that kept looking at us, and so we took a bunch of pictures of it. Those things. The thing has buck teeth. The hairy dinosaur. So this was like a room that studied the like magic of flight and how to fly a plane. And then there's like black pilots. And it's just black pilots. There's no like white people or any women. White women. Like they didn't have Amelia Earhart or anything. Just black people. This shows like So like you can move the sand and it changes like the lines because it senses the depth of the sand. Um, there's stingrays. I've touched a stingray several times, so I didn't bother going up to them and touch them. That's whatever. There's a spoonbill from Red Dead. I could literally shoot it and pluck its plumes and sell it. There's more fish and more egrets. There's this cool fish right here. I got pictures of it. Here's the top floor. You can kind of see everything. And then outside with the grass, there's like these statues and stuff. And so I have a video just looking at all of them. Look at that. Me when you girl. So then, this is the last photo. When we're flying back, we saw the gift shop and in the Atlanta airport, and there's like this chocolate, and my mom's like, I don't know what's so special about Atlanta chocolate, but there it is. And so we're like, you know what, let's just buy some. So we bought some. We took it home. I started eating it after we got home. It's nothing special. It tastes like normal chocolate. I don't know why it's. I don't know. We just got like owned by capitalism by buying it, just out of curiosity. But there you go. So let's go back to my mom. So here's a picture she took of me at the Rock restaurant eating the burger. I could not finish it. It was too big. Here's the coconut. Me slurping yo girl. Here's me taking pictures of the statues. This dude, he's locking in. And here's me taking a picture of him locking in. Hello. Next image. Wait, is that it? Oh, that's it. Okay, camera photos. Oh. Miami. Okay, so here are like all the raw ones. But we're only gonna look at the edited ones. Here's the first one. Of course, a view from the hotel. Pretty epic. Here's the iguana. With the flowers. Photo's not very good. It doesn't even stand out. So, outside the kayaking place in the park, I took a picture of the swamp tree. It looks pretty epic. And then here's the lizard. And like I said earlier, they're both brown. They don't stand out. And so you kind of have to zoom in order to see them really well. Look at them. Yes. Like, no matter how much, like, vibrance and saturation I can put on the photo, like, you have to zoom in order to clearly see the lizard. But, like, out, there's just too much detail. There's too much stuff going on. Here's the other photo I showed. Here's also at the park. And then here's the beach. I told my mom to take photos of me so I can use them for stuff. Because, like, you know, people like headshots at the beach or back shots, either one. So here's this one. I look very epic, very swag. Here's this one. This is the money shot. This is my profile picture on Discord because it just goes so hard. I'm mewing. You can see my cheeks going in. And like it's so orange. I like turned up the vibrance really, really high, and so the colors pop. And then here's me walking. I look like Mr. Incredible. Here's me walking forward with this bird in my face. The bird is behind me. And then my mom took this picture of the trees, and so I turned up the contrast really high and the black's really dark. So it looks kind of pixelated, but like it goes hard. And then this is when we're driving to the Everglades in the bus. I took a picture of this construction industrial zone when they're building the highways. It's pretty epic. And then there's this bird statue at the Everglades. Turned up the colors really, really high. And so it just looks like a cartoon. There's these birds when we're eating. Look at this dude. It goes hard. So I don't even know what this bird is. It's like a magpie. I don't know. Probably not. Here's the rooster by the bush. It's looking at me. Here's the jellyfish. Jellyfish. Turtles. The aquarium of fish. Fishy looking at me. It looks grainy. Fishy. Lionfish. Egret. It's flabbergasted. Spoon. Why is its bill shaped like that, though? It's got forehead wrinkles for days. Fishy. Statues. Got a lock in. There you go. That's everything. That's Miami, I guess. I thought this episode would be 2 hours, but it's only 1 hour and 40 minutes. I guess that's good. I will be working on the vlog once I'm totally done with the interviews. I don't know how long the vlog is going to take to finish, but I don't want to rush it, but I don't want to spend too long on it. You know. I don't know. I guess that I feel like there's so much more I wanted to say, but I don't know. I don't think you care. I don't think it's that important. Goodbye. Sub to the main channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Remember, everyone, it's all just for funsies. Bye bye.